important to have an altar if you choose to do it at home, because it is a place for reconnection to center of your spiritual space. The same way that you might have a bathroom to clean your shelf or a kitchen to cook your food. You have the living room for the guest. You have your altar to relate, to reconnect, to remember, to strengthen your spirituality, a place to pray and meditate, because the energy for spirituality concentrating here. Just like the energy of cooking, it will be mostly in the kitchen. In altar, it's a place of reconnection, and it doesn't have to be too complicated or too simple. It's about your connection, about the love and the energy that you put in your altar. This is an ancestral altar for Dia de los Muertos, and it's only gonna stay here for a few days. And then I'm going to go back to my everyday altar, which change every now and then. When we're doing a shamanic circle or a spiritual event, you're always welcome to bring your altar to very close to your altar, or you can make your altar next to you in a flat surface. Things that you will need for your altar, it's a cloth, a special cloth. This one is from my ancestors from the Andes in South America. It has the symbology, so it's very special to me. You can use perhaps your baby's blanket. You can use a color that you resonate with. Special materials like wool, perhaps a piece of cloth that has symbols like horses if you work with horse energy, or animals like spirit animals. So it's to find a cloth that is meaningful, and then you will put like a candle in a glass or in a safe container. Please never leave a fire unattended for your safety, to represent the element of fire and the flower of life. And then you can put a cup of water next to it, like water. We can put water to represent the element of water and the fluidity of water. Then you can put feathers, or you can have like incense to represent the element of air in your altar. And then you, of course, you can bring some crystals and stones to represent the element of earth. And that will be like a basic altar. And you can do the altars in any flat surface. You can also do over tables around your house. There is like something that we put on the walls. It's like this wall surface that you can attach to it. You can do an altar there too. But yes, it's a place for connection, and around many indigenous cultures around the world, they have sacred altars that has been continually used generation through generation. Those are sacred places on the earth, usually on nature, and they have a specific meaning. There are so many around the world. And that's good. And there is also like the altars you can create in nature, when you can bring like do mandalas, like symbology of stones, of flowers in nature, to create an altar. It's like a gift to Mother Earth. It is very important to have an altar when you are doing something spiritual, because you can, on the altar, become a sacred place. You can put your divination tools, your crystal tools. If you do energy healing with stones or obsidian, you can leave it on top of the altar, so the energy concentration is getting charged in there. And usually the water, we change it every day. It might change by tradition, but we change it like every day, because it's like releasing the energy of the past. Like it's a new beginning, it's a new day. And yeah, that's the basis of altars. You can also find things in nature that resonate to you, and you can put them on your altar as well, or things that are meaningful to you. And there is many types of altars. The possibilities are endless. You can create an altar. You can create an altar for self-love and put things, your own picture, and put things that you love, that you really care about. You can do an altar for forgiveness and write letters of forgiveness there, then burn them, or meaningful things for you. You can do an altar for the ancestors, like this one right here. We have the pictures of the ancestors and things they used to love to eat when they were alive. You can do altars for healing, for shamanic ceremonies. It's about your intention, that you are putting everything with an intention, with a specific reason. You can do an angelic altar or altar for your spirit guides. And this, you can have more than one altar as well if you choose to do so for different themes. So that's a little bit about altars. It is a place to connect, to remember, to communicate, to meditate with the energies that are working with you, with spiritual team, or with that energy that's greater than you. And it's like a special place. And yes, altars can be ancestral, like we talk about. They're being used and passed generation to generation in sacred place in nature by many indigenous cultures or cultures around the world, ancient cultures around the world. They can also be created, like you can create a home altar, and also you can create altars in nature to pay homage to the land. So that's a little bit about altars. And I hope that you get inspired to create your own altar as well. So thank you. Another thing, when you're creating an altar, when you offer, like, for example, we have some cacao. This is special chicha morada, which is a purple corn juice. You can give that the next day to nature. You give it back to nature. Also, the flowers, when they start becoming withered, you just don't throw them in the garbage. You give it back to nature because they're giving their life to make, this pretty, even food that we cook for the ancestors. We can, if they're still good after a few days, because we're gonna keep this out there for a few days, you can eat them, or you give them back to nature as an offering. So that's a little bit about altars, and I hope you get inspired to create your own altar. And if you are already doing your own altar, please show pictures, because we love to see them if you feel comfortable. Some of them are very private, some of them you can show. Yes. It's also a good idea to change altars to bring that point of energy when there is a change in your life, like you got just married, or you move to a new home, you change job, you want to release something, you can do an altar for releasing. So that's the idea. Putting something representing the 4 elements, adding something that is from your own ancestry, or meaningful things that brings you power. So thank you for that. See you next time. And I see you in the shamanic circle. Please bring your altar.